Hello, I am Hacker of channel formerly known as Car22. I hack channel from 2.7 to 2.13 and now give channel back and also give shirt that has Steven Universe YouTubers making me cry. I cry. I cry a lot. This is my accent for some reason. Shirt features Mikhail Williams and Hailey Crater from Cartoon Universe, Ostruk Vooks from the Roundtable, Megcat Woodward Skiwood Wang, Roses Universe, Sleece of Otaku, Swiggy Thunder, Fictional Christios, Ikem Lewison, Kitsune Zatsuku, and me. I cry. Very sorry. Art by Kasuni Zakolo. Can support Kasuni Zakolo by going to Redbubble, getting phone case, wall art, mug, bag, sticker, or card. Shirt available till March 7th. Please buy and enjoy video while I look for job.
Hey everyone, this is Haley from Cartooners, and today I'm going to be talking about the newest episode of Star vs. Force of Evil, and I'm going to be doing a secrets analysis with Michael, as usual.
Hello, hello.
So this was a pretty interesting episode. I really liked it. I enjoyed pretty much, I mean, the ending was very sad, but...
yeah, my heart is broken.
Not what it meant for, like, you know, S.T.A.R.C.O and Marco, but like just as what happened, that was really interesting.
Yeah, well, it was definitely an interesting dynamic. It didn't go quite the way I was expecting it to, but it was very heartbreaking by the end.
Yeah, so I mean, this of course like gives us more information of how like things that happened in the finale are going to how it's gonna happen, play out now. But we'll get to that later. So let's start off with the beginning of the episode. So basically, it starts out with S.T.A.R.C.O and Marco singing to the song "Just Friends" while brushing their teeth, which we will hear again later in the episode. What is interesting is that the song does actually not finish while they're brushing their teeth, so you don't get to hear the "Just Friends" part, which is like probably the most important part of the song.
Yeah.
For their to what symbolizes their relationship, I guess. But we also get to hear Marco say, "S.T.A.R.C.O, you're my best friend," which we will also hear later. So it's like a bunch of like parallels to the beginning of the episode to the end, and of course, S.T.A.R.C.O at the beginning is totally different, what she's thinking or her emotional state than in the end. So it's really interesting to see how much changes in the short period of time between them.
Yeah, and a lot of that was because she was. I guess we can kind of talk about this later, but I feel like she was sort of the reason she was so excited in the beginning was because she was it seemed as if she was trying to manipulate the situation low-key, but because she wants to be with Marco. She's very jealous of Marco and Jackie, so I guess she was trying to kind of sabotage their relationship. So this way she couldn't actually come out and say like, "Hey, I don't want you to be together."
Yeah, but it is interesting like how enthusiastic she is, like because she gets tickets to go to a Love Sentence concert. Not only does she invite Marco, but she also invites Jackie because she doesn't want her to feel left out.
Right.
So if those were her intentions, that's very cruel.
Yeah, and it may or may not be. We know S.T.A.R.'s kind of going to the dark side. So it could be her intentions, but it would be S.T.A.R.C.O-esque for her to invite Jackie just for fun, because she does like Jackie, and she does want deep down she does want Marco and Jackie to be a thing, and Marco to be happy, and Marco to just kind of lighten up and enjoy Jackie's company. But there is the dark side of her where she kind of wants to manipulate the situation. So it's kind of hard to tell, honestly, because it's in S.T.A.R.'s character to do either one, honestly, at this point.
Yeah, at this point, she's changing for sure.
Yeah.
So the next day, S.T.A.R.C.O makes concert T-shirts. It's funny to see how Marco's doesn't fit. And then later, when Jackie finally comes over to their Marco's house, we see that she makes concert skateboards. So it's kind of almost like both of them have brought their things to the table. Almost like Jackie one-up S.T.A.R.C.O by making like something more expensive and something more expensive. I don't know if that was what it was meant to be, but it's funny how they both bring stuff kind of unintentionally. They competition almost in a sense.
Yeah.
And while they're going to the concert, they're skateboarding, which we know Marco is like no good at, and he manages to break both his T-shirt and his skateboard. So I'm wondering, does that symbolize like breaking both of their hearts? Because they both gave, and he broke both of them. So we see in this episode what happens with S.T.A.R.C.O. I'm wondering what's going to happen with Jackie after that.
Interesting. I didn't even think about that. That's a good point. Yeah, that could actually really be the case.
Yeah, this show loves its imagery with
Yeah.
like scissors, which I'll probably talk about eventually. I have a theory coming up on scissors and how it relates to like relationships of the show.
Nudge, nudge.
Yep. Okay, so after that, Marco, when he has his skateboard accident, he hurts a family of ducks. And what's funny is that $650 is brought up again, which we learned in a couple of episodes ago, I believe, or recently.
Yeah.
He gets
Heinous.
$650 every month because of merchandise. I can't remember the exact word, but he gets $650, which is
royalty check.
There we go. Royalty check. So 650 has come up a lot in the show, all with Marco and him having to pay that much. So it's like, yeah, they definitely don't want to let go of that joke.
I wonder how they convert that exactly. Like, Earth currency has to be different from like Sayanoga's currency. What company is this? I actually have so many more questions about this, not related to the episode at all. I'm just very curious as to how Marco's merchandise works.
Wow. So this little accident or this little situation or incident that happens makes Marco feel like not confident enough to hang out with either Star or Jackie, but Jackie cheers him up, which is of course good to see. We know Marcos in the past has had like issues with feeling like, oh no, like I don't deserve Jackie, or like things like that. Like he's not, self-confidence is pretty low. But both Star and Jackie think he's an amazing person. So it's good to see them try to cheer him up like that.
Yeah, like, so you brought this up in the Discord a little while ago, but I'm like, I kind of agree. A lot of people are like, why is Marco acting the same after he lived 16 years in Hekapu's dimension as a warrior? Like, that's a long time to just kind of drop it and just go back to being normal, awkward teenage Marco. Like, he was super confident, super smooth. He was a thug. He was rolling on a motorcycle. Like, he was complete 180, and now was just back to normal. And I was expecting that. I wasn't expecting him to necessarily act different because it is a cartoon. But like, I figured, I don't know, there'd be a little bit of a difference there, or acknowledgement.
So so you're saying like that, like now he's totally back to normal, or
that's what it seems like so far. That may come into play later. I just find it weird from like a character standpoint to live out 16 years, over a decade and a half, as in Hekapu's dimension, hunting down these illusions of Hekapu in a fiery hellscape, and just going back to normal like a week later.
Yeah, it should have been very traumatizing, but I guess trooper.
Yeah.
And he's back to normal. So they finally arrive at the Love Sentence concert, and they all end up dancing together, and Marco and Star even sing together. And, so we get to hear the song Just Friends again, and we can see how it really encapsulates their relationship right now. And, like, you have different people singing at parts, and they sing their respective parts. Like, it really matches up, like, with what Star's saying and what Marco's saying. And, it just works so well, especially for what happens very soon in the episode. Yeah. So, like, during the guitar solo, I believe, is, like, all these different couples start kissing, and even Jackie and Marco, which, of course makes Star walk away from this. And, Marco notices and apologizes to her about that, even though...
Yeah. She became the third wheel.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't think she was expecting that. I don't, for some reason, I guess, but... I think that should have been expected at some point.
Yeah.
So we once again hear Marco say that he thinks of Star as, a really good friend, which probably hurts a lot more this time than it did, in the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, it's reiterating.
Mm-hmm. So she, then he goes back to Jackie and they kiss again, and then the song Too Little Too Late starts playing, which, of course, of all moments, I guess.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah, right. And Star walks out of the concert, and she uses green magic to destroy something, which is not good.
Dark magic. It's happening. She's losing control of her emotions, and this is what's gonna trigger her change. It's Jackie and Marco.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But something interesting I noticed is that we don't hear the lines from the song, and now it's too little too late, like that line. So perhaps maybe it's not too late, like she just thinks it is, but we don't hear that from the actual song. The magic blast kind of covers it up. I'm wondering if that was intentional or they're just like, oh, it's just don't play both at the same time.
Yeah, you could interpret that a number of ways. I'm just really impressed that they brought that back, like how it all came full circle, and that song actually ended up meaning something in the future. That was like pretty crazy. I'm also curious as to how no one noticed that billboard blast. Like, surely I don't know. Maybe Marco was too busy like kissing Jackie to notice that was green dark magic from S.T.A.R.'s wand. So he just figured there was some type of weird terrorist attack or something.
Yeah, so that pretty much ends like the episode there, but of course we still have like questions like what does this mean for fans of S.T.A.R.C.O, It's like it's at this point it doesn't seem good, but we always have hope there, and we have evidence that it still probably will happen. But what do you think about S.T.A.R.C.O at this moment?
Yeah, I mean, it's still gonna happen. There's almost no way it's not gonna. By the end of the series, that's what it's kind of leading up to. But it's still, whether it does or not, it's still very sad to watch S.T.A.R.C.O go through that, because it's like I feel her pain, and that music didn't help.
Definitely. So what was interesting is that instead of Jackie feeling left out, we got both moments of S.T.A.R. and Marco feeling left out at separate moments.
Yeah, I didn't even realize that either.
Yeah, so it's like
Jackie was the only one comfortable the entire time,
and that's totally in her character.
Yeah,
just always play it cool and stuff, and just be amazing at all times.
Yep.
But, yeah. So instead, we get them both feeling bad. So this brings up the question: how will these emotions carry over into the finale? Now that we've seen this episode, the 30-second clip we got, or promo we got for the finale, some things do make a little more sense, I'd say. Most of it actually no, because we have a lot of stuff dealing with S.T.A.R.'s mom, so that this episode didn't give us any clues there, really.
Yeah.
But, maybe S.T.A.R. is definitely gonna be mad, probably mad at Marco, maybe for this reason, from what happened in this episode, or it could just be something else, I guess, that happened.
I don't know. That's pretty tough, because like she's mad at Marco, but she's not mad at Marco. If that makes sense. Like, she's mad at the situation more so than Marco the person, because Marco didn't technically do it. I mean, he kind of left her out for a second, but he did immediately apologize, walk all the way down the bleachers or whatever. That sweat part was gross, by the way. He walked all the way down the bleachers and apologized, and I'm sure S.T.A.R. That's the thing, is like S.T.A.R. knows she can't actually be angry at anybody. I kind of mentioned that in my S.T.A.R. turns dark theory. Like, she can't actually redirect her anger towards Marco, because Marco is not doing anything wrong, and can't redirect her anger towards Jackie, because Jackie's not doing anything wrong, and they're both good people. Like, they're not bad people. So she can only bottle it up more and more, and it's getting worse and worse, especially after this episode. So now her dark magic is eventually going to kind of lose control, it looks like.
Yeah, definitely. So that's pretty much all I had. Did you have anything else?
Yeah, we the Marco's dream. Officer Vox in the Discord kind of mentioned this. We added on to it a little bit, but apparently S.T.A.R.'s wearing the same shirt or same outfit that she was in Marco's dream, which could be a coincidence because she has only like a few select outfits. So it might have just been the same outfit just because. But we also noticed this is actually the previous episode. I can't remember the name of it. The one with Otis, the possum. Marco is in a locker. He's like standing in the locker a lot like he is in the dream sequence where he's dead inside the locker. So I'm curious if like this signifies him turning to the monsters sooner than later, potentially. Who knows? But I think that's definitely possible. I think season is kind of all building up to the season 2 finale where things are just getting really insane and crazy and dark. And I think the finale is like going to end on a negative cliffhanger where just it's not. I don't think it's going to end well. I don't think it's going to be like the season 1 finale where it's like, okay, that was kind of rough, But you know, the wand's broken, but I have the wand back. It's, you know, it's all good. It's kind of a gray area. I think it's just gonna be really bad for everyone.
It's all bad.
Yeah, that's what I think this is leading to.
So is that all you had?
Yeah, for the most part, I think we covered everything.
Yeah.
It's a really emotional episode, really sad, especially to see Star like smiling and like just blasting her dark magic. Like you can tell like, how much she's boiling and trying to be there for Marco at the same time. Yeah, it's a really good one.
Yeah, I loved the songs in the episode. Just Friends was amazing, and also hearing Too Little Too Late again was also amazing.
So catchy.
Yeah, like all love sentence songs. Just I guess I like boy bands.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, see, everybody likes boy bands. So next week on Monday is the 2-part season finale, which is going to be huge. 2 22-minute episodes back to back, I believe. So for like an hour-long special, and that is going to be Face the Music first, and then Star Crush. So look forward to those very soon.
Hype.
Yeah, right. So I think that pretty much covers it for this episode. It was, very interesting, as we said, and I'll see you next time.
See ya.